Chapter 2. Transform self-love into empathy. Part 1. The Law of Narcissism. Empathy, our natural tool for connecting and attaining social power, can help us see others' moods and minds, anticipate their actions, and gently lower resistance. However, self-absorption blunts this instrument. We all possess narcissistic tendencies, some deeper than others. Our mission is to confront this self-love and turn our sensitivity outward, toward others, instead of inward. Recognize toxic narcissists before getting entangled in their dramas and poisoned by envy, the narcissistic spectrum. From birth, humans crave attention, a fundamental need for social connection. Our survival and happiness depend on these bonds. Physical attention, like eye contact, sustains us, while psychological attention validates our existence and worth. This need drives people to extreme lengths, even committing crimes or attempting suicide. In satisfying our attention hunger, we face a problem. There's only so much to go around. We compete with siblings, classmates, and colleagues in the family, school, and work. These moments highlight the primary motivation behind our actions, the insatiable need for attention. Recognized and appreciated are fleeting. People can be indifferent, hostile, or disrespectful. How do we handle moments of psychological loneliness or abandonment? Doubling our efforts for attention can exhaust us and backfire. Relying on others for constant validation is futile. From early childhood, most of us create a self-image that comforts and validates us. This self is composed of our tastes, opinions, values, and appearance. We accentuate our positive qualities and explain away our flaws. However, if our self-image is too detached from reality, others will point out the discrepancy, causing doubt. If done properly, we can develop a self we can love and cherish. Our energy turns inward, and we become the center of our attention. When alone or not appreciated, we can retreat to this self for comfort. Self-love raises us up, makes us feel worthy, and even superior to others. It acts as a thermostat, regulating our doubts and insecurities. This self-image, though often taken for granted, operates unconsciously. We don't feel or see it as it works. To visualize this dynamic, look at those who have developed a strong self-image. Deep narcissists lack a coherent sense of self. The key moment in self-development occurs between 2 and 5 years old. As we separate from our mothers and face the world without instant gratification, we realize our dependence on them. To cope, we identify with our parents' strengths and qualities, incorporating them into ourselves. If our parents support our independence and recognize our uniqueness, our self-image takes root, and we can build upon it. However, deep narcissists have a sharp break in this early development, never constructing a consistent self. Their mothers or fathers might be deep narcissists themselves, or enmeshed in the child's life, suffocating it with attention and isolating it from others. This lack of self-establishment leaves deep narcissists dependent on external attention to feel alive and worthy. In childhood, extroverted deep narcissists can function reasonably well and even thrive, becoming masters at attracting attention and appearing vivacious and exciting. However, beneath the surface, they become dangerously addicted to the attention they seek to feel alive. Deep narcissists, especially introverts, often retreat into fantasy lives, imagining a superior self. Since this self-image lacks validation, they doubt and even loathe themselves. They can be anyone, and their fantasies shift as they try on new personas. In their 20s and 30s, deep narcissists lack a cohesive sense of self to love and depend on. Extroverts, constantly seeking attention, become more dramatic, exhibitionistic, and grandiose, leading to tiresome and pathetic behavior. They must change friends and scenes to maintain a fresh audience. Introverts, socially awkward yet radiating superiority, alienate people and increase their isolation. Drugs or alcohol become crutches for doubt and depression. Recognize deep narcissists by their behavior patterns. They lack internal defenses and react with rage when insulted or challenged. Seeking vengeance and righteousness, they position themselves as wounded victims, confusing others and drawing sympathy. They are prickly, oversensitive, and take everything personally, becoming paranoid and having enemies. They appear impatient or distant when discussing topics unrelated to them. Deep narcissists immediately shift the conversation to themselves, using stories or anecdotes to distract from their insecurity. They can be envious if they see others getting attention they feel they deserve and often display extreme self-confidence, which helps them gain attention and hide their inner emptiness and fragmented sense of self. However, beware if their confidence is tested. Deep narcissists have an unusual relationship with others, seeing them as extensions of themselves, known as self-objects. People exist as instruments for attention and validation, and they desire to control them like they control their own body parts. In relationships, they may make their partners cut off contact with friends to avoid competition for attention. Some highly talented deep narcissists find redemption through their work, channeling their energies and getting attention through their accomplishments, but they remain erratic and volatile. Most deep narcissists struggle to concentrate on work because they lack self-esteem and constantly worry about others' opinions. This makes it hard to focus outward and deal with impatience and anxiety, leading them to change jobs frequently. This inability to attract genuine recognition through accomplishments forces them to artificially stimulate attention, making them annoying and frustrating to deal with, and potentially harmful if we get too close. Relationships with deep narcissists are unsatisfying and can be deadly. The best solution is to get out of their way once they're identified. A more dangerous and toxic type is the narcissistic leader. This type has been around for a long time, with examples like Absalom in the Bible and Alcibiades, Cicero, and Emperor Nero in ancient literature. Most dictator types and tyrannical CEOs fall into this category. Narcissistic leaders are more ambitious than deep narcissists and can channel this energy into work. They're confident and attract attention and followers. They say and do things that others don't, which seems admirable and authentic. They might have a vision for an innovative product and can find others to help them realize it. They're experts at using people. If they succeed, their grandiose tendencies grow. Anyone who challenges them is more likely to go into a deep narcissistic rage. They're hypersensitive and enjoy stirring up drama to justify their power. They're the only ones who can solve the problems they create, which gives them more opportunities to be the center of attention. The workplace is never stable under their direction. Sometimes they become entrepreneurs, people who found a company because of their charisma and ability to attract followers. They can also be creative, but for many of these leader types, their inner instability and chaos will eventually come to the surface. Mirrored in their leadership, narcissists lack coherent structures and organizations. They control everything and everyone, proclaiming this as authenticity and spontaneity. However, they lack focus and solid creation, often burning and destroying their work. Narcissism can be gauged as a self-absorption level, with deep narcissism occurring below the halfway mark. It's challenging for deep narcissists to regain self-esteem and avoid self-absorption. Insecurities trigger downward spirals, and they often sink deeper into themselves. Others become tools, and reality reflects their needs. Constant attention is survival. Above the halfway mark lies the functional narcissist, most of whom are self-absorbed but have a coherent self to rely on and love. Ironically, the word narcissism has come to mean self-love, but the worst narcissists lack a cohesive self to love, causing their problems. This inner resiliency allows functional narcissists to have deeper moments below the mark, especially during depression or challenges, but they inevitably elevate themselves. Unlike deep narcissists, functional narcissists don't feel continually insecure or need constant attention, so they can turn their attention outward to work and relationships. Our task as students of human nature is threefold: to understand the deep narcissist, distinguish toxic types that stir drama and use us, and resist their pull. Narcissistic leaders are dangerous, and we must see through their facade. Knowing how to handle deep narcissists is crucial. Second, we must be honest about our nature. We are all narcissists. We crave conversation, share ideas, and value assertiveness as our own. Flattery is common due to self-love. Moralizers who denounce narcissists may be the biggest narcissists themselves. We all exist on the spectrum of self-absorption. Creating a self we can love is healthy, and there should be no stigma. Without self-esteem, we risk deep narcissism. To move beyond functional narcissism, honesty is key. Denying our self-absorbed nature prevents transformation. Healthy narcissists have a stronger, more resilient sense of self, often hovering near the top of the scale. They recover quickly from wounds and insults, don't need excessive validation, and eventually realize their limits and flaws. They can laugh at these flaws and not take slights personally. Embracing their full self-picture enhances their self-love, allowing them to focus outward more easily. This outward focus can be directed into work, where they become great artists, creators, and inventors. Their intense focus on work often leads to success, providing the attention and validation they seek. Despite moments of doubt and insecurity, work serves as a release from self-absorption. Healthy narcissists also turn their attention to people, developing empathic powers. Empathy is the realm of complete absorption in others. Humans have tremendous abilities to understand people from the inside out, especially in their early years with their mothers. Unlike other animals, we can extend this beyond our mothers to other caregivers and people in our vicinity. This physical form of empathy is still felt with our closest friends, spouses, or partners. We also have a natural ability to take others' perspectives and think inside their minds. These powers lie dormant due to self-absorption, but they can be awakened in our 20s and beyond with increased confidence. We can focus outward on people and rediscover our empathy powers. Empathetic people often become superior social observers, therapists, and leaders. The need for empathy is greater than ever. Studies show a gradual increase in self-absorption and narcissism in young people since the late 1970s, with a spike since 2000. Technology and the internet contribute to this decline in empathy and social skills. Like any skill, empathy requires attention. Constant interruptions from smartphones hinder understanding others' feelings and perspectives. We remain essentially alone in crowds, serving a function rather than bonding. Our brains were built for social interaction, which enhanced our intelligence. However, reducing involvement with others can negatively impact the brain and atrophy social skills. Our culture emphasizes individualism and self-involvement, encouraging people to believe others have different perspectives and desires. To counter these developments, create empathetic energy. Each side of the spectrum has momentum. Deep narcissism can lead to a disconnect from reality and hinder personal growth. Work or relationships? Empathy does the opposite. As you focus outward, You get positive feedback. People want to be around you. You develop empathy, improve your work, and gain attention naturally. Empathy creates positive momentum.